Hi, and today I'm going to teach you a technique known as tapping. It's also known as psychological acupressure, and it's where we use a tap-in technique and we go over different areas of the body. These points correlate with different meridians which are related to Chinese medicine. And there's been a lot of studies done and research done on how this can be used to help with or treat anxiety and post-traumatic stress disorder and depression, and just help with general emotional regulation as well. It's also quite a good way to help lift the emotions for some people. It won't work for everyone, but if you are feeling down, feeling anxious, this is a technique that you could try and it might help regulate those emotions. So we will run through one full round together. However, they do say you should do anywhere from 5 to 10 full rounds, and you can do this either silently, or there is another slightly different method known as the emotional freedom technique. So EFT is what it stands for short, and that technique you use positive affirmations as well as a release of, or a vocal release of, the emotions you're feeling. So you would repeat things like, I feel so stressed right now. I will include in the comments section to this video a little bit more about the meridians if you're interested in that, and also a bit about how this technique can be used, and just a little bit more information about that. This video is just really to show you the technique so you can give it a try if you like, if you feel like it might be of benefit to you. So we'll start with the left side. So we start by tapping the side of the hand. So this is the karate chop. And then from here we move on to the eyebrow. So we'll be following the bone of the eyebrow, starting at the bit closest to the nose, and we just start tapping along that bone until we reach the corner of the eye, and we tap there, and then we continue down the bone under the eye, just tapping as we go. And then from there we move on to the bit in between the nose and the lip, that little kind of ridge there, and we tap. We want to tap at least 7 times here. And then we move on to the bit in between the lip and the chin, just where that indent is, we tap there. And then next we move on to the collarbone. So there's 2 ways to do this. You can either use your fingers and just tap along the bone that way, or you can take your hand and just gently tapping the bones along here with the hand. Great. So next we've got just under the armpit, so it's about hand distance down from the armpit, and we just tap there. And then finally moving on to the top of the head, so the very crown of the head, we just start tapping there. So that's one side done. Now we repeat the same on the other side, so I'll do that with you now. So again, starting with the hand, and then moving on to the eyebrow, starting from the centre, moving out to the corner of the eye, and then continue following that bone down under the eye, and then moving on to the bit in between the nose and the lip, and then that bit in between the chin and the lip, and then the collarbones, again either tapping with the fingers or just using an open palm. And then coming to under the armpit, and again you can use fingers if you like, or just tapping with the palm of the hand. And then finally finishing with the crown of the head. And that's one full round. Like I said earlier, you want want to try and do this between 5 to 10 times, just at any point that you're feeling maybe a little bit anxious or a little bit down or anything like that. Give this a go, see how it feels. Feel free to leave any comments to how you feel below. I am really interested in hearing any feedback on this, and I hope you find it helpful. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next class.